How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Trash Trades. This is me and VJ's kind of journaling slash education type of show where we take you through some of our losses, and we hope that it gives you some information about us as traders and how we can improve and get better at trading. I'm here with VJ.
Yep. What's up? Thanks for joining us again. Yeah, we're also, we're gonna use this little platform to learn and also, like make a little light of these losses because
Exactly.
there's reasons why they fail. You sort of figure it out later. You realize why you're dumb. Honestly, if you're doing it right, then you realize it, and then you try again the next day and not fucking lose your ass. So
Absolutely. We're gonna
here we
try.
are.
We're gonna be trying our best to give a good inside look at our trading and how we fuck up, and just our journey to becoming consistently profitable traders. VJ is gonna kick us off with a trade of his. If he shares his screen, and we'll go straight into it.
Order filled.
Yeah, so here's this morning.
Hold on, share your screen real quick, VJ.
Oh snap! You can't see it, can you? Oh great! This is gonna mess mess with the video part.
Yeah,
Oh
it's fine.
god! How do we do this again?
We'll keep it in.
Perfect. This is really a masterpiece, honestly. But yeah, sorry about that. Alright, I'm giving you the lowest resolution.
Go for it. All right.
Alright.
Ugh.
Oh snap! Disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh man, already everything just sort of failed there, huh? Perfect. Okay, so here's the idea for today. Like the week, I was thinking, the week it's likely to bearish, but the first draw on liquidity I thought was previous week's low, which is also previous day's low. So 9:30, we open up around here. We come down, we tag the low again, and we go up. Now, obviously, somehow, and this has nothing to do with this play, I'd already decided to go short somewhere here, mostly because I was a little bit believing my homie's TA more than mine. So I took a loss, but then I actually make a nice gain right here. That sets up this next play. So I make actually a 100-point play. Sweet. Everything should be good. Probably shouldn't even trade. Luckily, I was spreading my trades across accounts, so a little bit of risk management that sort of saves me from this piece of fucking work. So the thing is, once we tagged here, I'm expecting, as a smart money trader, thinking of the algo, that it's likely we tagged this objective and the algo has a different set of instructions to tag this amount of equity. There's relatively equal highs here. On the 1 hour, it's also previous day's high. Set up nicely. There's some highs there. Easy to take. Also a fair value gap above. Easy draw. I'm anticipating longs. Now, the thing that sort of throws me off is that ES is a similar story. However, the draw I was anticipating on ES we have already met. This is the 1 minute. I know we're looking at the hour and then Q, but this is what I was using as like sort of my indicator. So the lower draw here seemed to be the daily fair value gap. Reprices to, price always reprices into liquidity and imbalances. Fair value gaps imbalance. Here's liquidity. Algo switches after it tags it, starts breaking structure to the upside. Easy longs to here. We tag here. Now, whenever the algo hits an objective, if it's a likely objective, it either should reverse or it can continue going or it could chop around. You never really know. You're looking for signs. and they'll
Mm.
give you signs, and you just want to be able to like anticipate these signs. So these are the signs I'm looking for, and I'm thinking, okay, now here's a fair value gap that we actually fully price, a 4 hour fair value gap. This gap right here between these two lines, and I'm like, okay, maybe after we took previous week's low, just like this one tagged a fair value gap in switch programs. I was like, maybe after we tagged here and repriced it here, we went up a little bit higher just so ES could catch up. And now we'll reverse. Even though my initial theory is once we tag here, we're going to go here. Because of ES reaching what I thought it was its objective, I sort of like I'm gonna switch my idea, and instead of going long or having a long bias till here, which from here to there is still like another 36 points. Now you're an ultra premium, but there I already had this fair value I've drawn as a possible place to re-enter to go long for there.
Mm.
Well before I even noticed this. This just got in my way. And the thing is, it ruined my bias on the ticker. I'm really um, mostly trading, primarily because of some accounts I have. NQ just pays more, and just a flexibility in how often NQ tends to run, while ES sort of will say gridlock, something like this. Um, and so I abandoned my bias essentially on the ticker that I'm trading for the indicator, which is the other one.
Mm.
When maybe I should have been like, maybe, it'll take out this liquidity here, or maybe it'll all of a sudden get stronger and run up to here, or maybe there's a ton of things here that I'm not, relatively equal highs, or there's something here, fair value gap there. This is just on the 10 minute. Like, I haven't even checked anything else yet, right? Relatively equal highs right here. Yeah, we pretty much tagged them. Didn't really trade into them. We got this whole wick, and we got another fair value gap here to reprice into. So we could go into those. We could go into something on a higher time frame, but for some reason I'm like, nope. We hit this orange line, jump ship. We're going short probably, or we might just, you know, chop sideways. I'm gonna get a good entry. Must have been like on adrenaline or something from the 100 points that I've gotten, which we do all the time, but it's just ridiculous. So I'm looking for a reason to go short potentially, which I would, by the way, anyway, if I'd hit the objective. But here, I'm not convinced. And here, because of those other areas, I shouldn't be convinced either. I should just watch. Now, as Luca stated before, as we talked about before, we're smart money ICT traders. It's very easy to get faked out if you play the 1 minute only. I'll tend
Yeah.
to play this on the 5 minute. So if I don't get a break of structure on the 5 minute, I'm not playing it generally. Okay, except when I'm quite sure about my bias. Once we've tagged a previous draw, then I'll look for early entry on the one. Well, I'm not quite sure, but yet I talk myself into being quite sure. Classic, right? Oh my god, here's a swing low. Here's some fair value gaps. We just broke structure. Oh, there's some, like, look, this is perfect. Like, this is a failed swing. Like, this tried to balance a fair value gap. Didn't really go up. Oh, okay, this has to absolutely just continue downwards. We're going to start entering shorts here. Ding. Actually, I don't actually enter yet. I even like this better. I wanted to see this reaction here. It's retagging this fair value up here. I'm expecting a slight reaction, but I'm anticipating this is a pretty big break of structure. I'm sure on the 5 it's good. I don't even think I checked the 5, low key. And it's not, because there's no swing lows here that are really getting broken. Each one's a lower low to the side. There's nothing of a true structural break. On the 15, it's laughable. It's like, that's a fair value gap tap. Luca, you see?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sort of maybe made up my own story, right? Tag me in, baby. Cute as fuck. How you liking it so far, Luke's?
Disgraceful.
Come on, man. It's a little bit worse than that. We'll look for this internal range liquidity here. Easy 3-1. Like maybe I'll get out here this fair value gap. This is easy peasy work. I'll ignore this 5 minute. I'll ignore this 5 minute fair value gap that I've already drawn before, and the 15 minute that is already formed that I showed you because we had so much time up here. I'm done. And tag me in there, homies. And we're good. I ain't tripping for shit, bro. We haven't even broken lows yet. You tripping? Oh yeah, we can revisit that fair value gap. I don't give a shit at all. Hey, what the fuck? Oh my god, that's real close. And that actually tagged me out right there. I think my stop might have been just a little bit closer because it might have been a little wide. I got stopped out there.
And how'd it play out?
I lost. That was my last trade of the day.
Oh,
Because this is why I drew this. This is what gets even better. This is what I was waiting for. There is no reason to be short biased till we break structure on the 5 minute. That is my rule. There is no swing low that has been broken with aggression or fair value gap. There is a fair value gap there. I did enter on a fair value gap. That doesn't mean shit. I entered there. Yeah, it took me. And if you will notice what it actually does, see this 5 minute here? There's another 5 minute here. Yeah, I'm going to show you exactly how dumb this is. On what you should really be doing. Because this is an easy rule that, like, when I was, like, a little bit dumber almost, I'd be more strict. Like, no, it has to do this. Otherwise, I'll just sit on my hands. Yeah, I should have remembered that. And also, the 5 and 15 is, like, where I'm surviving. This whole thing isn't a 15. Just buy here until we break structure. There's no reason to. And I had this already drawn before I even got into those. So I went against my whole bias, took an unnecessary loss, and then look what it does for us.
oh,
Bye-bye. Easy longs here. If you look on the 1 minute, a preferred entry. Boom, boom. 5 holds up, 15 holds up.
yeah.
Break structure to the upside, long here. And guess what? I was here and willing to take a long. Forgot to leave an alert. Look at that trade.
Wow.
Easy peasy. That. By the way, this is why you wait for the smaller break of structure after POI because you can get a tighter stop. You get an actual low rather than like I'm just gonna buy the top of this fair value gap and my stop's like down here before the 15. Well, just like this, like these are 5 minute things. So this looks, oh yeah, it broke it. No, it didn't. Look at the 5. The body stayed in there.
Yeah.
This is why I trade with like the 5 and the 15 in the corners here, because if it's doing this, buy, buy, bye bye, right here. Buy here, comes down to here, fair value gaps here, AJ buy here, one of our homies. 50 points, 60 points right there.
I mean, I like the short bias, VJ, for the short trade. I think it was just, the shorts going into those fair value gaps. I think it was a trade I'd definitely take. The only problem is I think that's you got. It was kind of a bit of luck. I'd put that stop loss at the swing high,
See,
all the way up there. But
yeah, all the way up there. And you know what? Because I knew that I was screwed up. That I just let myself, like I pushed my stop like a little bit earlier, maybe right onto the top of those candles. Because I knew that on the 5 I wasn't good. Because I just looked over and I was like, oh, that's bad. I was like, I should have only looked for longs there. And I sort of was pissing myself. And look at this. 4.32 RR, 14 point stop, 40 point, like 60 point target. That's easy money all day. You could take this style of trade, what is it, like 5 times, win 1. So you have 20% win rate. You're break even.
Yeah.
Or better. So that's that piece of trash. Everyone, enjoy it. Hopefully you'll learn from it. I definitely did. Boy, got to chill out. Like, why would I go against my bias? Just because of this fucker? Look at what this fucker did. Just to give you guys an example of what my indicator on NQ did. also went long. Barely moved, but also went long. Like, on the 5 minute, there's no break of structure either. What? I already had that drawn too. What? Hey, dude, play the plays that you made. Why did I make up new plays? Just because there's a fair value gap there? Oh my god, it's pretty fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Think
I mean,
about
I
it.
I think I kind of understood your bias for that short trade, and like ages along and the long that came after that, but
The long's way more high quality.
the long
That's why
is
I was
way
so
more high quality. The only problem is I tend to trust the.
yeah.
Yeah, we talked
That's
about this. How
yeah, exactly. This
I
is
go
what
for
I
the
say.
sweep.
Yeah, tell them. This is actually a good thing to just like describe. You go for the sweep,
I go for the
which
sweep. I
is.
don't wait for it. So me and BJ kind of got different.
But think about this. Like literally, all it did. Like you never know when the sweep happens because all it did really right here is it built liquidity for the sweep.
Yeah.
It built up more money. Essentially, me playing short, it caught me.
Yeah.
Other people playing short for here, like no, they probably got good here. But here, it's like you're much higher, like in premium this range, but the rest of the day ended up being complete trash. Unless you bought down here one more time later on the day, it did end up being trash. If you watch this on the 15 minute, which we could play real fast if you want to see, look, we could obviously cut some of this out. It does get to there end
Yeah.
of the day, and that's literally end of the day. 1 minute before the day ended, it got to there eventually, and
Yeah.
it offered look another entry. You could use these as rejection blocks, remember? So the lows don't need to be taken for liquidity. There's stops there, just like I fucking stopped out there. There's
Yeah.
stops there.
Yeah. I
Bing,
understand it.
bing. And then this is where our boy was making fun of you. All right, hold
Yeah.
on. I'll go ahead and do your thing. Go ahead and do your thing, brother. You take it from here. Let me see your stuff.
All right.
Show me on the phone.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. No
our
problem.
technical difficulties. Yo, let me stop sharing too, because that
Yeah.
will
Go for it. Go for it.
probably help you. I
So this was a emotionally crappy trade. you can you can already tell by the risk to reward that this trade did not end up going well at all. I
think. Whoa,
think
that's the actual risk. You don't have that
that
flipped.
that honestly, so first I put my stop loss here, but I kept making excuses. I closed my trade
Mm.
here. So this was my fault.
When was this?
This was Thursday last week. So
Oof, oof.
what?
Okay, okay, okay,
So anyway, I
okay.
think the long trade, I was targeting this fair value gap.
Yeah,
I swept that low. It looked better for longs. I entered as the candle closed.
yeah.
And I was looking for a move higher, and particularly these relatively
Mm-hmm.
equal highs. So I was looking
And the
for
cute
this long
angle.
trade.
And the angle you like, right?
Exactly.
Guaranteed the angle is there.
The
Killing
angle
it.
is not there. It's just an equal high. But anyway, this was. I think it would have been a better trade if my stop was here, because I think it was a pretty probable trade. It's just this was my emotional side of me that really started to crush my trading, and this is when it kind of went my way, and
Okay.
then we kind of got this kind of back and forth. I'll go on the 3 minute just to make it a little clear. It was looking relatively well for my trade. The only problem is when it started not going well for
Whoa.
my trade and we got this massive dump, I started making excuses. For example, I made excuses. Oh, we need, we're filling this fair value gap and we're sweeping this low. So we're filling these gaps, we're sweeping this low, and then we're going ahead.
Yeah.
And turns out we got a good wick, a good candle from this low. So I was pretty confident I would still held my position. And then on the 3 minute again,
Yeah. You don't know about that algo.
I absolutely did not. I absolutely
No,
did
because
not.
that algo, it pops it there to keep you frozen.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
it's like the hope that it gives you is so that you stay in.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, there was some liquidity on the low. That's why we kind of reacted upwards.
Yeah,
But it
but
still
there's
gave me
nothing.
the hope, you know?
What time of day was this? This is 9:30 to 10 in the morning, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay, you remember that I took a loss, the first episode, and I was like, oh, I did something really dumb. This is my most common loss.
Yeah, I do remember
Welcome to the party.
that.
Because I see the entry for short, and I guarantee, if you put this on the 15 minute and you look left, did we sweep the last 15 minute high?
We did.
Yep. Welcome to the Judas swing, Luca. That is that. And if you actually pay attention and look at it, right where you're holding your logs, the ideal, like when it pops up, is the ideal entry for
For
shorts.
shorts,
Watch,
yeah,
yeah,
exactly. 100%. Yeah.
because it's literally an intermediate low getting broken by a fair value gap right there. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I would be so heavy in shorts if it gave me just a little retrace right there.
But like the biggest embarrassment of this trade is my risk to reward. I kept holding. I couldn't
Oh
fucking
man,
stop. So I
that
held
is
this
the worst
trade.
part.
Again, it kind of popped up. Oh, it's great. It's
Yeah,
gonna go my way.
that's where you enter shorts, right about
Um,
there.
and then it
Right about
kept
there,
going
you enter
down. And
shorts.
guess what?
Yeah.
What did I think? I think, oh, look at this. Hold on. Look at
Oh
this order block right here.
no.
This order block's gonna keep us together. So
Oh, no.
I was thinking this order block as well. So and then I kind of cut my losses when we fucking got straight through that shit.
You
I
know what
I cut it.
you know what? I remember this play, and I was on the other side, and I got 80 points the first
Oh
trip
man.
because you said Thursday, and I remember Thursday. I was like, oh yeah, I hadn't like got 100 points in a 100 point play in a week. Remember? And then I was like, Thursday I got like two 80 pointers in a row, and I was like, not 100 points. And then Friday I got, it, and I was like, oh, I broke the streak. And then you said Thursday last week, and I'm like, oh my god,
No, I
because
remember. I
and
remember
I
you
think it,
said you
yeah,
got
and
short.
I think it's, yep, I think it's because of the show of last week. I have a new rule where I'm like, yeah, I don't usually enter trades like following a continuation in the first 30 minutes. That's why that pump up in the beginning, I didn't catch the first 70 points. I had to let it go today. I was just like, nah. Oh man, Luca. So what was the RR on that?
So the risk to reward was a whopping um 0.38.
Yeah, we know some people where that's like their normal RR.
So this, yeah, we do know that. I know that one person in particular you're talking about. But no, this was the trade that was my fault. Completely my fault. More embarrassing on the emotional side because I could not sell this trade. But on the flip side, I feel like my TA I was comfortable enough with my TA without looking at those highs that you mentioned previously. It's just me. Honestly, it's just my emotions that kept me holding. There'll always be an excuse to hold long. Oh, there's a fair value gap. Oh, there's an order
Yeah.
block. Oh, it's on the 0.618 of a fib, or I don't know, whatever you think.
Luca, I bet if you got better at learning how to figure out the draw on liquidity and then how it switches, how the algo switches when it has reached it, then you would be able to avoid some of those things.
Yeah,
Because some of the things, like, you definitely do, like smart money and ICT concepts, but then because you were gone for a while, you didn't, like, do more of the in-depth work where it's like there's certain times a day, there's certain things that you want to see, certain levels that you want to see taken, or anticipate like the algo switches up on you. Without those, like, the setups can seem perfect and you'll be on the wrong side. And it wasn't until I really understood that much better that
yeah,
like shit like that where I guessed the time that happened and what got swept, and like that's a consistent thing that happens. It's called the New York Judas swing.
yeah,
It's a fake move. It's essentially setting up the wick for the New York day or
exactly.
the options day. So it sets a fake move and then sends
Judas.
the day to the rest of it. And sometimes it can be one candle. If you look at today, we do a fake move um, for like 1 5 minute candle, 1 15 minute candle. Just goes down, boom, and then goes up right at like 9:30. that's the fake move, and then it ends up.
Yeah, I think I should have looked a bit more thoroughly, and did my daily bias. Of course, I did not do my daily bias on this trade,
Hmm.
and looked at TA on some larger time frames. Of course, I just go straight on the charts and go straight for the trade. Unfortunately, but I think that
But
there was a lot to learn about myself during this trade because it was
hmm.
obviously me who made the mistake. Um, so I think the majority of my losses, probably 80% of my losses, were me being a overconfident and cocky trader and not admitting my losses. So I couldn't sell
Okay,
that position, but you know,
aka
I'll work on it.
legendary trader, you know,
Yeah,
sort of
exactly.
legendary. Sort of. I mean, pretty brave, you know,
100%.
braver than me, you know.
I
I
went
like
in
it.
head first on this trade, but it is what it is. I think I learned a lot, especially this trade. Oh, funny thing is, I forgot to mention this
Hmm.
trade, along with another trade,
Hmm.
which is less quality, was my biggest Weeble red day to
Oh
date. My historic
yeah.
Weeble red day, and I was in, and this
Oh.
proves that I was in such a bad mental state to trade that I not only did I let this trade get to me, but I traded again. Normally, if I get FOMO or whatever, I'm done trading because I know I'm gonna be drawn into the wrong thing. So I not only did I trade again after this trade, but it resulted to the biggest loss Weeble history, which is pretty ironic,
In
but
Luca Weeble history.
exactly.
I mean, I'm sure you're.
In my
Let's say
port
like,
history, not in
yeah.
fucking the whole broker. Yeah.
That's actually terrible. I'm sorry that happened.
But listen,
I
I
mean,
think
I'm
this
sorry to
was
say.
this was more of a me problem, my own mental state. I've got to be more sure of myself and when I can trade and when I'm fit to trade, because this trade was an absolute disgrace. Honestly, the amount of trades that are like this
Okay.
are point
It's
zero one.
literally almost identical. Like after this show, like you should watch the first one and look at my example, and I think it's the
Yeah,
exact same thing. I think it's the
yeah,
exact
absolutely.
same thing. And you're like, this is a disgraceful trade. It's one of the worst trades. You laid into it so hard. I was like, perfect. Just wait till like you put up an equal reverse banger in like next episode. You're like, I got the one, man. I got the fucking one. That's a fantastic loss. That's a trash trade for
That is
fucking
see,
absolute
that's I
memory.
bring the trashiest trades, BJ. You got to step up your game with
Yeah,
your trades.
yeah, for real. I need to fucking be worse.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. We know some people that wish. Fuck 'em.
Yeah, exactly.
But all right, we could probably wrap it up then. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a good little episode. We'll get the next one.
exactly. We're
We'll come
being
back
a
to you
little bit
soon,
more
guys.
efficient with how we produce these shows, so there's gonna be a
Yeah.
couple changes and stuff that you're gonna notice. But yeah, I hope you kind of learned how shitty I was in this trade, and I mean,
I
yeah.
did.
Okay.
Absolutely, just astonished.
All right. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
I mean, I didn't know you were gonna be this good at this show. I mean, it's fucking almost comical.
Yeah, I'm a pro
All right,
already.
brother. All
All
right, we'll
right,
let
but
him go.
listen, yeah, absolutely. We're gonna finish it off there. We're still in the work, so we're gonna have some bits and changes to be ironed out in the future. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the show.